Alright then, good evening dear students, the new and the old ones. Tonight I'm going to jump you through a new lesson related to topic of great importance or interest to women. It's around the house. So in this lesson we shall, God willing, study some household jobs, if you like, وظائف منزلية, appliances, أجهزة منزلية, and features of rooms, ميزات أو خصائص الغرف. We're going to do some listening and we will focus on phrasal verbs. Are you familiar with phrasal verbs? So phrasal verbs, some of the phrasal verbs we are going to tackle tonight. We have tidy up, to tidy something up, to collect. Put something away, to isolate something, throw it away. Wash up, to wash the dishes, do the dishes if you like. Clear something away, arrange it or put it in its proper place. Switch off, switch on, of course. Use up something, which means use all of it. We will also learn some adjectives like clean, which means tidy, or a mess, untidy. Okay? So welcome everybody. We have Usama, Abd Samad, Abd Salam, sorry, Mu'tasim, Sahnun, Abd Salam, Amina, Fatiha, Huda, Adil. Yes, I am familiar with some names. Some names are familiar to me. Alright, so we begin ala barakatillah. Now the first thing I need you to do is to do some vocabulary and listening. You know, listening is an important activity in our everyday life. So if you are a good listener, you can become a good speaker. Alright, so behavior at home, things we do at home. Yes, you should know what you do at home. There are some verbs, some phrasal verbs that we might be in need of. So some things you are supposed to do and not to do in your house or flat. You know the difference. Flat, appartement, house, maison. For example, tidy something up. Let me make it a bit bigger. So that you can follow with me. So something you are supposed to do or not to do in your house. We have tidy something up and put them away when you finished using them. For example, when you finish eating, you need to tidy your plates up. Tidy the table up.
Tidy things up and put them away when you've finished using them. Don't leave them lying around.
Don't leave anything lying around the table, lying around the kitchen. You should tidy them up. This is an important phrasal verb for you as advanced students. Wash up or wash the dishes after a meal. Après chaque repas. You have to wash up the dishes and clean things away. Clean things away. احنا ركزوا على الأفعال هذه.
Wash up after a meal and clear things away.
Okay, so in this lesson we shall be using these phrasal verbs. And so by the end of the lesson, yes, volume increase, yes, Usama. Keep your kitchen clean or tidy. You let me know please if it's okay. Keep your room clean and tidy. Don't make a mess.
Keep your room clean and tidy. Don't make a mess.
A mess. ruina. Okay? If a room is messy, your room or bedroom is messy, which means it is in total disorder. We have the order and disorder, which means ماشي في الوقت. Don't make too much noise.
Don't make too much noise.
The baby is sleeping. Okay?
Switch, turn lights off when you leave a room. Don't leave them on.
Good. Thank you, Selma. Good. Now, switch the lights off or turn the lights off or on. Okay? This you are. I have no doubt you are familiar with these phrasal verbs. And finally,
don't use up too much hot water.
Suppose we don't have enough hot water, and we are going to use the hot water. So we keep on asking the user, don't use it up. Don't use up too much hot water. We need it. We also need it. Okay, so this is our lesson for today. Right, now I need you to listen and put the sentences in order. Okay, we put them in the right order like this first, and match them with the pictures. Then we match them with the pictures. Okay, so I suggest the following. You listen and we classify these passages. Are you ready for this? Okay, so I will play the first listening. If I don't get answers, I'm going to play the second listening, then we correct together. Are you ready? So on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Well, she helps a lot with cleaning the flat, but she's not very tidy. She always leaves books and magazines lying around, and she never puts things away when she's finished using them.
He's only been in a couple of weeks, but he's a good cook, and he's very tidy. He never makes a mess when he's cooking, and he always washes up afterwards.
Oh no, I like Jane. She's really great. Oh, apart from one thing. She spends hours in the bathroom. I can never get in to have a shower. And another thing, she uses up all the hot water. Well, his room's always in rather a mess. He never tidies up, never puts his clothes away. Oh, he's okay otherwise. It's quite quiet. Doesn't make too much noise. The worst thing about her is she leaves all the lights on. She never switches the light off when she goes out of the room. So I have to go around switching them off after her. And she leaves all the doors open.
Alright, so if you don't know how to answer on the live chat, you just classify from 1 to 5 numbers. From 1 to 5. So let's repeat again.
Well, she helps a lot with cleaning the flat, but she's not very tidy. She always leaves books and magazines lying around, and she never puts things away when she's finished using them.
He's only been in a couple of weeks, but he's a good cook, and he's very tidy. He never makes a mess when he's cooking, and he always washes up afterwards.
Oh no, I like Jane. She's really great. Oh, apart from one thing. She spends hours in the bathroom. I can never get in to have a shower. And another thing, she uses up all the hot water. Well, his room's always in rather a mess. He never tidies up, never puts his clothes away. Oh, he's okay otherwise. It's quite quiet. Doesn't make too much noise. The worst thing about her is she leaves all the lights on. She never switches the light off when she goes out of the room. So I have to go around switching them off after her. And she leaves all the doors open.
So what do you think number 1 is? Where should we put? Let's listen one by one. Let's listen to the number 1. Which one is number 1?
Well, she helps a lot with cleaning the flat, but she's not tidy. She always leaves books and magazines lying around, and she never puts things away when she's finished using them.
What do you think? Is it this one? Yes, it is. Okay, very good. It's number 3. Good. Fatiha says 3, 1, 2, 4. You still have another one. Let's check it here. Number 2. Listen to number 2 again.
He's only been in a couple of weeks, but he's a good cook, and he's very tidy. He never makes a mess when he's cooking. And he always washes up afterwards.
Yes, very nice. This is what you said. It's 3-1. Good, very good. It was number 1. And here?
Oh no, I like Jane. She's really great. Oh, apart from one thing. She spends hours in the bathroom.
Yes, here it
I
is.
can never get in to have a shower.
Very nice.
And another thing, she uses up all the hot water.
Good. She uses
Well,
up
his
all
room's
hot
always
water.
in rather a mess. He never tidies up, never puts his clothes away. Oh, he's okay otherwise. It's quite quiet. Doesn't make too much noise.
This is it, right? Good, excellent. Now, I need you to match each sentence to their appropriate pictures. You know, this is the first picture. This is another one. The living room. Bedroom. And the kitchen. So, which one would you match
Well,
this to?
she helps a lot with cleaning the flat.
Which picture?
But she's not very tidy. She always leaves books and magazines lying around, and she never puts things away when she's finished using them.
Is it 2 or 3? Sorry, is it 3 or 4? Or is it number 2? What do you think? Yes, very good. He's only been in a couple of weeks, but he's a good cook and he's very tidy. Cook is number, yes. Okay. What about this one? Oh no, I like Jane. She's really great. Oh, apart from one thing, she spends hours in the bathroom. It's number... the bathroom, okay? It's number 1. Excellent, yes. Good, Mu'tasim. Now, well, his room's always in rather a mess. He never tidies up, never puts his clothes away. It's number... yes, very good. It's number 4. And finally we talk about lights, and this is a lamp. So this is about a girl who doesn't switch off the lights. Very nice. Good, you have 100% correct answers. Now let's carry on. Here I need you to listen to this passage and try to fill in the gaps here. This is the first person we talked about. This is the second person we talked about. One moment, please. Let me fix this. Right. Okay. This is the third person we talked about. The fourth person and the fifth person. What you need to do, use these verbs to fill in the gaps here. Okay? So let's begin with the first person, and please give me the verbs in 1, 2, and 3. Are you ready? Let's go.
Well, she helps a lot with cleaning the flat, but she's not very tidy. She always leaves books and magazines lying around, and she never puts things away when she's finished using them.
Again?
Well, She helps a lot with cleaning the flat, but she's not very tidy. She always leaves books and magazines lying around, and she never puts things away when she's finished using them.
Alright. Which verb should we put here? In the first gap. What do you think? She always leaves books. Good. Excellent, Adil. She leaves books and magazines lying هي ملقاة. Okay, when you say he is lying down, هو ملقى على الأرض. Around, very good. Around, في les environs, في المحيط ديال البيت. And she never. Good. Excellent, Huda Adil Amina. She never puts things away when she's finished using them. To put something away, to isolate them, to put them in the appropriate place. Now let's listen to this cook and fill in the two gaps. Let's go.
He's only been in a couple of weeks, but he's a good cook, and he's very tidy. He never makes a mess when he's cooking, and he always washes up afterwards.
What do you think? Listen again.
He's only been in a couple of weeks, but he's a good cook, and he's very tidy. He never makes a mess when he's cooking, and he always washes up afterwards.
Okay, we have two. We have an adjective and a verb. How is this cook? Yeah, two options. Yes, very good, Busalh and Adil. I got your answers. He's very tidy. Are you tidy while cooking? Who is tidier, women or men, in the kitchen? It depends. All right. Second one, he never makes, because he, present simple, never makes a mess. كيديرش الروينة. Good. Yes. Good. Fatiha, Bahia, Huda, Usama, Adil, Amina. Excellent. Busalh also. Now let's move to the third person. A lady. So you need to fill in one gap here. What do you need here? Is it a verb or adjective? Apart from one thing, she. We need a verb here. Bahia says women are tidier. Yes, I guess so. Good. But professional male cooks are also tidy. All right. Listen again to this and find out the verb.
Oh no, I like Jane. She's really great. Oh, apart from one thing. She spends hours in the bathroom. I can never get in to have a shower. And another thing, she uses up all the hot water. Oh no, I like Jane. She's really great. Oh, apart from one thing. She spends hours in the bathroom.
Exactly.
I can never get in to have a shower. And another thing, she uses up all the hot water.
Exactly. Excellent. She spends hours in the bathroom. How long do you spend in your bathroom? In the bathroom? Too much? Or quickly? You can answer me later. Okay. All right. Now let's move to person 4. A young boy.
Well, his room's always been rather a mess. Never tidies up, never puts his clothes away. Oh, he's okay otherwise. It's quite quiet. Doesn't make too much noise.
Again?
Well, his room's always been rather a mess. Never tidies up, never puts his clothes away. Oh, he's okay otherwise. It's quite quiet. Doesn't make too much noise.
Around 10, Usama. Good. Nice. Shall we correct this passage? Well, his room's always in rather total disorder. It's a yes, it's a mess. So he never. What does he never do? Good, Usama, Abu Saleh. He never tidy or tidies? Tidies up. Tidy is organized, tidy up to organize. So he never put or puts. Adil, puts or puts? Puts, good, because we talk about third person singular. And puts his clothes away. Oh, he's okay, otherwise he's quiet. He's very quiet. He doesn't. Good, Adil. Yes. He doesn't make. Not makes. He doesn't make too much noise. If you have observed here, we talk about not only phrasal verbs but also people's behavior at home. Alright, maybe one day they ask you questions about your behavior at home, so you need to know how to really talk about your behavior in the bathroom, in the kitchen, okay, in your bedroom especially. This has to do with organization, organized or organizational communication. Now let's move to the last woman here. We have 6 gaps to fill in. Let's go.
The worst thing about her is she leaves all the lights on. She never switches the light off when she goes out of the room, so I have to go around switching them off after her. And she leaves all the doors open.
Secondary listener, sorry.
The worst thing about her is she leaves all the lights on. She never switches the light off when she goes out of the room, so I have to go around switching them off after her. And she leaves all the doors open. The worst thing about her is she leaves all the lights on. She never switches the light off when she goes out of the room, so I have to go around switching them off after her. And she leaves all the doors open.
What do you think? Any answers?
The worst thing about her is she leaves all the lights on. She never switches the light off when she goes out of the room, so I have to go around switching them off after her. And she leaves all the doors open.
Good. Very good. I got answers from Osama. So, she leaves all the lights on. This is the worst thing about her. What's the worst thing about you? Remember the questions I ask you. Maybe afterwards, I will ask you to write paragraphs about these questions. Okay? So it's time to think of answers. What's the worst thing about you? You might have this question in a job interview. Who knows? You need to know the worst thing about you and the best thing about your personality. Okay? This is the occasion. So you say, leaves all the lights on. She never... What did you say? Switches, yes. She never switches the lights off. Okay. What did you say also? And when she goes, out of the room, okay, so I have to go around. You know, to go around is to go to the kitchen, then to the bedroom, then to the living room, then to the veranda. Veranda is balcon. Go to the corridor, etc. to switch off all the lights. So this woman is such a lazy person. Do you forget switching off the lights? You can answer me on the live chat. And she leaves all the doors open. She thinks she's queen. Okay? So I have to go. What do you say? Gets. Okay, so let's listen again, please, to check.
The worst thing about her is she leaves all the lights on. She never switches the light off when she goes out of the room, so I have to go around switching them off after her. And she leaves all the doors open.
Very good, yes. Just one thing to change is this. Round, not around, round. Okay? Good. Alright, good. 100% exact answers. Good. Now let's move on. I will assign you this as a homework. Let's move to this. These are some appliances. You know, appliances. الأجهزة المنزلية. What you can have in the kitchen, especially. Alright. Materials you can use to clean your home, to do the housework. So put the words in order to make the definitions. What do we have here? You use a for cleaning carpets. A is used for washing clothes. Okay, let's do one by one, okay? We use a for sewing, making clothes. A is used for preparing food. You use a for cooking food. A is used for cooking food quickly. You use an for preparing drilling. An is used for, we use for. You can notice here, if you want to talk about grammar, this revision, one sentence is in the active, the other one is in the passive. Next one is in the active, the other one is in the passive, etc. Did you notice this? You use something for cleaning. So what do we use? Vacuum cleaner. Very good. Or Hoover. Nice, Usama. What about number 2? Is used for washing clothes. Please put numbers and correction. For example, 1, vacuum cleaner. 2, what do we use number 2 for? To wash clothes. Number 3, we use okay, ironing clothes. Where is ironing clothes? Yes, so we use the iron woman. Washing machine. Good, Fatiha. Washing machine. Nice. 3, sewing. We use, yes, sewing machine. ماكينة الخياطة. For sewing, making clothes. Yes, very good, Huda. Amina, nice. Good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 10 answered. Yes, Katie. Noted. Good. Washing machine. Nice. Is used for preparing food. What do we need to prepare food, not to cook? What do you think? Any idea? What do we use for cooking food? For cooker. Amina. Number 4 is a cooker. It's not a good answer. We use a cooker for cooking food. But what do we use for preparing food? You prepare salad. A food processor. Like when you want to make salad, you want to cut or chop vegetables. Very good, Adil, yes. And Abdesana, you are welcome. Now, what is What is used for cooking food quickly? For heating food quickly. It's a ready-made meal, and this device is used to make it warm or hot. And it's electric. It consumes energy. Yes, microwave oven, good Usama. So a microwave oven is used for cooking food quickly. So, sorry, let me put this here. What do we use for preparing things and drilling? Drilling والحفر. Drilling. What do we need for drilling? Repairing things. صرح أشياء. And drilling. Yes, electric drill. Electric drill. What's new in Moroccan dialect? Okay? You drill كتحفر on the wall. Okay. This is ironing you said before. What do we use for washing dishes? Good Fatiha and Usama. What do we need to for wash? Yes, dishwasher. Dishwasher. Good. You have good answers. Let's listen to them one by one.
You use a vacuum cleaner, Hoover, for cleaning carpets.
Please try to repeat after the listening to improve your pronunciation a little bit. Can you do that? Of course, choose a place where you feel at ease. Okay, تعلموا تخدموا شي بلاصة اللي معزولين على العالم to concentrate. Okay, so let's go on. You listen and you repeat.
You use a vacuum cleaner, Hoover, for cleaning carpets.
Vacuum cleaner, Hoover, this is alternative, another name for vacuum cleaner. Okay, repeat again.
You use a vacuum cleaner, Hoover, for cleaning carpets.
Carpets, les tapis. Next one.
A washing machine is used for washing clothes. A washing machine is used for washing clothes. A washing machine is used for washing clothes.
Good, next one.
We use a sewing machine for sewing, making clothes.
Yes.
We use a sewing machine for sewing, making clothes.
Good.
A food processor is used for preparing food.
Alright, I know he's speaking quickly, he's got a British accent. Try to catch him. Okay, this is for your training.
A food processor is used for preparing food.
Good.
You use a cooker for cooking food.
Cooker.
You use a cooker for cooking food. A microwave oven is used for cooking food quickly. A microwave oven is used for cooking food quickly. You use an electric drill for repairing things. Drilling. You use an electric drill for repairing things. Drilling. An iron is used for ironing clothes. An iron is used for ironing clothes. We use a dishwasher for washing dishes. We use a dishwasher for washing dishes. A fridge, refrigerator, is used for storing food in the cold. A fridge, refrigerator, is used for storing food in the cold.
You know storing food? To store is to save your food from heat. Okay? Nice. Great. Now, after you have identified the words, let's move on. I need you to listen and try to identify the image. You tell me which image is it. Here we give you definition and you choose the image. Let's go.
This is a device we use for making our clothes smooth and nice in touch.
Which one?
We use this device for cooking meals. It uses gas or electricity. It's a device.
Okay, let's listen one by one. Repeat everything.
It's a device for making our clothes clean.
It's a device for making our clothes clean. Which one? It's a washing machine. Okay, it's a washing machine. Another one?
This device makes dishes clean and shiny.
This device makes things clean and shiny. Which one?
We use this device for making our houses clean.
We're making this device for making our houses clean.
We use this device for making our houses clean.
Okay.
This is a device we use for making our clothes smooth and nice in touch.
Dishwasher, vacuum cleaner. Yes, very good. And the last one? Makes our clothes smooth. Yes, we've got the vacuum cleaner. Excellent. And which device makes our clothes smooth? Iron. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's move on. I don't know how we shall do this, but anyway, let's read this. Labor-saving devices. Machines or appliances that save time and work in the house or in the home. We have appliance and activity. What does a vacuum cleaner do?
Vacuum cleaner. Cleaning carpets.
Washing machine.
Washing machine. Washing clothes.
Sewing machine.
Sewing machine. Sewing. Making clothes. Food processor. Preparing food. Cooker. Cooking food. Microwave oven. Cooking food quickly. Electric drill. Repairing things. Drilling. Iron. Ironing clothes. Dishwasher. Washing dishes.
Nice. This is a game, but I don't know if you can play it. We have a verb, and we need to find the pairs. But anyway, maybe we shall. I will see if how we can do this activity later. This is just about labor's saving. Normally we should have pictures here and words. But anyway, okay, anyway. Let's move on. Listen and mark the parts of the text which are not true. Of course, we have some words here.
Wooden. Furniture. Woolen. Rug. Covered. Plaster. China.
So listen and mark the parts of the text which are not true. Listen.
Okay, I'd like you to imagine an ideal room, a place to relax.
I see windows. Big windows that look out on the sea. A small room with wooden walls, wooden furniture, wooden floors, a thick woolen rug on the floor, and a dog. I love dogs. On the floor also, a table, a small table, with papers, magazines, books on it, music coming from a CD player.
And what about you? What are you doing?
Reading, listening to the music and reading at the same time. I'm reading a novel, and the room is warm. I'm alone.
Do you need a second reading? So I repeat, you listen and mark parts of the text which are not true. The sentences or parts of the sentences that are not true, we are going to click on them. Okay, you just let me know which phrase or which sentence and I'll do it for you. Okay, so I repeat again. Just focus on this passage. You listen and focus on this passage and tell me which phrase is not true in this interview. Let's do it again. So just to help you before you read, we have words to explain. Wooden, from wood. Okay, like a wooden table. Furniture, like French. Woolen from wool, you know, sheep. The sheep you slaughter in Eid Kabir. I mean, the sheep is made of woolen. We have a rug. Rug is a carpet. Covered, couvert, plaster, china. Alright. So listen and so this is just our vocabulary items to explain. Now listen again and try to find which sentences here are false. Listen again.
Okay, I'd like you to imagine an ideal room, a place to relax.
I see windows, big windows that look out on the sea. A small room with wooden walls, wooden furniture, wooden floors, a thick woolen rug on the floor, and a dog. I love dogs. On the floor also, a table, a small table, with papers, magazines, books on it, music coming from a CD player.
And what about you? What are you doing?
Reading, listening to the music and reading at the same time. I'm reading a novel, and the room is warm. I'm alone.
Okay, I'd like you to imagine an ideal room, a place
Sorry, I was talking and the microphone was off. So, what I was saying is, we are going to listen again, since I haven't received answers yet. I'm going to listen to this long sentence and see which information is not true, is false. Of course, the question that you heard is about the ideal room. Ideal room is chambre idéale. Room of your dreams, if you like. So according to the girl, we are trying to amend this passage. To amend, نصلحه. Okay? Good. Now.
To relax.
I see windows, big windows that look out on the sea. A small room with wooden walls, wooden furniture, wooden floors, a thick rug, a thick woolen rug on the floor, and a dog. I love dogs. On the floor also, a table, a small table. With
So very good. Yes, Fatiha, the room is big. This is false. It's small, in fact. Cat sleeping in good Huda. So there is no cat, just a dog. She loves dogs. There is also TV sets. Okay, we shall see the other sentence. Or the other sentence, 3 sentences. This is a long sentence here, plus these small sentences. There is not a cat, good Fatima. There is also a TV set. Okay, let's see.
The papers, magazines, books on it. Music.
Let me repeat, please. Yeah.
Wooden floors. A thick rug, a thick woolen rug on the floor. And a dog. I love dogs. On the floor also,
No C.
a table, a small table, with papers, magazines, books on it. Music coming from a CD player.
And what about you? What are you doing?
Reading. Listening to the music and reading at the same time. I'm reading a novel, and the room is warm. I'm alone.
So, there is no C, Abdeslam says. Let's see. There is no C, Magan TV set. Paper. Okay. So, 3 tables with papers. No lake. So, read a book, listen to music. My friend is sitting alone. She says alone. So, my friend is sitting in one of the armchairs is wrong. Let's repeat the last passage.
Okay, I'd like you.
CD player.
And what about you? What are you doing?
Reading. Listening to the music and reading at the same time. I'm reading a novel, and the room is warm. I'm alone.
Now she's sitting on the sofa. She was alone. Okay? If you want to check, this is what she's saying here.
Okay, I'd like you to imagine.
Listen from the beginning. Let's check. From
Relax.
I see windows, big windows that look out on the sea, a small room with wooden walls, wooden furniture, wooden floors, a thick rug, a thick woolen rug on the floor, and a dog. I love dogs. On the floor also, a table, a small table, with papers, magazines, books on it, music coming from a CD player.
And what about you? What are you doing?
Reading, listening to the music and reading at the same time. I'm reading a novel, and the room is warm. I'm alone.
Good. Is she reading a newspaper? She's not reading a newspaper. Okay, these are the answers. So the room is not big, there is no cat, the walls are not covered with plaster والحص. There is no TV set, no cupboard with china, etc. Okay? Very good. Reading a newspaper. No, not reading a newspaper, just reading a novel. Okay? So this is false, this is a mistake. She was just reading a novel, which means a book, un roman. Good. Yes, very good. Novel, yes, novel. Good. Alright, now listen and mark elements of the picture which are true.
Okay, I'd like you to imagine an
Which one are true
ideal
here?
room,
Okay?
a place to relax.
I see windows, big windows that look out on the sea, a small room with wooden walls, wooden furniture, wooden floors, a thick rug, a thick woolen rug on the floor, and a dog. I love dogs. On the floor also, a table, a small table, with papers, magazines, books on it, music coming from a CD player.
And what about you? What are you doing?
Reading, listening to the music and reading at the same time. I'm reading a novel, and the room is warm. I'm alone.
Very good. Your answers are starting to come. Like Huda says, a big window. So listen and mark elements of the picture which are true.
Big window.
Yes, so there is a big
Window.
Good. What else? Yes, so the sea is through the big window. Okay? What else? Which ones are correct? So, there is a dog. Good, Usama.
A dog.
Good. Small tables. Nice. Papers. Focus please on the picture. Magazines. Good.
Papers, books, magazines.
CD player. What is a CD player? Yes.
A CD player.
See it? You say novel. Yes.
Reading a novel.
What else? Anything else? Small table. This is a cupboard, small table. Yes.
A small table.
Very good. Now, Huda TV. Yes, you deleted that. Good, Huda. A small table with newspapers, magazines. The window looks on the sea. Yes. Good, Fatiha. So we already clicked on window. Armchair. Is there an armchair here? You mean wooden furniture?
Wooden furniture.
Okay. There is no mention of cupboard. Yes, already clicked on. What about wooden floor?
Wooden floor.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. That's it. Yes, wooden floor. Wooden.
Wooden floor.
Yes, from wood. From the wood. Parquet. The wooden floor is parquet. Very good, excellent. Good job. Okay, now I need you to choose the correct answer. First, we have some words I need you to listen to.
Bare. Patterned. Statue. Comfortable. Plant. Tasteful. Elegant. Rug. Vase. Floorboards. Sofa. Wallpaper. Bookshelf. Plain.
Nice. Now you're going to choose the correct answer according to the picture you have here. What furniture is there in the room? There is a big table, 2 armchairs and a cupboard. There is a sofa, a big dining table and 6 chairs. Or there is a small coffee table, a sofa and a bookshelf. Bookshelf is where we put books. So what do you think? Third answer, very good, yes. Good, Fatiha. And Islam and Amina. Yes. What can you say about the walls and floor? The walls are wallpapered. You know wallpapered? زي ما في عندك le papier. Papier peint. The walls are wallpapered with a plain wallpaper. The walls are painted in patterns. What do you think? Patterns هما الخطوط. So what do you think? You see number 2. Walls are wallpapered with a plain wallpaper. That's false. 3. The walls are painted is also false. It's not painted. The walls are wallpaper. The wallpaper is patterned. يعني فيه خطوطة. Okay. Like Juventus t-shirt. It's patterned. فيهم des tirés. Okay, it's number 1. It's number 1 about the wall. What about the floor? There are bare floorboards and no carpets. or a rug whatsoever. You are not sure. There are bare floorboards. bare هي خالية ما فيها حتى شي شكل. And only a small rug under the table. You know, rug is a carpet. There is a big carpet covering almost the whole floor. I think, and let me help you, it's either 1 or 2. Which one? Because number 1, we have no carpet and or a rug. No carpet, no rug. A rug, you know, is a carpet. It's number 2. Very good. There is a small rug under the table. If you can see clearly, this is the table. And you can see there is a small rug under it. You see? Good. Now, let's move to the second image here. The same image, sorry, but different questions. So the question is, what ornaments are there in the room? Ornament, yeah, décoration, if you like. What ornaments are there in the room? So the choice is, there is no big painting on the wall. There is one big painting on the wall and a few small statues on the shelves. There is a statue, a painting on the wall and some vases on the shelves. There is one big statue and several smaller ones in the room. Which one? 1, 2, or 3? 2. Good. Very good, Fatima. What about the view? How is the view? Through the window. À travers la fenêtre. What's the view through the window? It looks out on a city. It has a lovely view of the river. It has an amazing view of the mountains. Easy question, right? Yes, it's number 1. Number 1. Is there a river? There is no river. Okay? It's not a problem. So it looks out on the city. Good at Islam al-Fatiha, yes. Good, excellent. Now let's move on. Match the titles to the paragraphs and fill in the blanks. This is very important. It's about reading also. It can help you in your writings. Snow house. Snow, like in Ifran, when it snows where it snows in winter. So match the titles. We have titles here. Okay. And match the titles to the paragraphs. For example, here, inside the snow house, we make it a little bit smaller. Spending the winter in an igloo. You know igloo? It's Eskimo's house in Alaska, in the north or the south poles of the earth. Isn't as uncomfortable as you might think. Every 5-year-old knows what igloos look like. Are they like inside? And what would it be like to live in one? Imagine yourself inside a hollow dome made of snow and ice, with more ice underneath you. Would it be too cold to sit down comfortably? Would you be able to stand up, or would you have to crawl? To crawl around on your hands and knees. And how would you keep warm? Could you light a fire? تقدر تشعل عافية في الدار ديال Eskimo igloo? It's made of snow. So these are questions. And how would you keep warm? كيفاش تبقى دافئ? Could you light a fire? Wouldn't the fire fill the igloo with smoke and start melting the weapon, the walls? The more you think about life in an igloo, the more problems there seem to be. In fact, life is Life in an igloo isn't nearly as uncomfortable as you might think. Let's a traditional igloo. Let's what? Out of snow in the. Do you have any answer here? Sorry. Let me fix it. So we have this one and this one. Good. Here we already have a title. In number 1 we already have a title. Now let's just fill in the blanks. Now in fact, life in an igloo isn't nearly as uncomfortable as you might think. Let's a traditional igloo out of a snowstorm in the. What do you think? We have a temporary home, a place to sit, light, heat, room to move. An igloo is Eskimo's house. You know Eskimo? It's a house made of snow. Is it clear, Bella? Welcome. So what do you think? Let's do what to a traditional igloo? So we are looking for a verb. Is it let's heat? It's not let's heat. Is it let's light? It's not let's light. And a temporary home. Listen, these are titles. We will need them in the following texts. Like here, for example. What should we put here? This is one text here. The first thing you notice after crawling down through the entrance tunnel is that the igloo is bigger than it looks from the outside. The igloo is quite a bit below, and there is plenty of room to stand up without banging your head. So what do we talk about here? The first thing you notice after crawling down through the entrance tunnel is that the igloo is bigger than it looks from the outside. So which title can we put here? A place to sit, room to move, heat, light, a temporary home. It's not temporary home. It's not a place to sit. It's a room to move. And now what about this one? It's also quite warm inside. These blocks that the igloo is made from, and partly because of a stone. It's quite warm inside. Is it the heat? Yes, it's the heat. Here we talk about the heat of the igloo. Nice? Place to sit is later. Above the entrance tunnel there is a thin sheet of ice set into the wall which acts as kind of window. But during the few hours of the day, in the rest of the time you can see the lights of the lamp, which is also used for cooking. Here, it's the lights. We already used the heat. The heat is here. The heat. This is the heat. This is the continuity of the other text. Now, what about this passage here? Around the walls of the igloo is a wide platform, which is at the same level as the ground outside, where you can sit or lie down. You don't have to sit directly on the snow. Yes, Ben, look, you're right. The platform is covered with dry grass and animal bones, then with animal skins, and finally with animal furs, okay? And there are more animal furs to use as blankets, carpets, so the platform is comfortable. It's a place to sit. Finally, in many ways, an igloo is the ideal place to spend a really cold winter. When the weather gets warmer in spring, you no longer need it, which... Good, Huda and Bella. This is a temporary home. A temporary shelter. مأوى يعني temporaire. Okay. Very nice. Now we found the titles. دابا لقينا titles. Okay. Let's listen to these words.
Hollow,
Hold on.
dome, underneath, crawl, melt, snowstorm, ground level, bang, insulation, provide, seal,
Seal is an animal.
layer, prevent, drip, chimney, sheet,
Cheminée, chimney.
chimney, sheet, fur, blanket, stretch, trap.
Okay, listen and match the pictures to the recordings. Look at this one. Good. So number one. Let's focus on number one. What do you think they are doing? Tracing something on snow? Is it a plan? Is it a schemata? Schemata? Oh, we will see. So, when you hear the exact description, you let me know. So, number one.
Now we're cutting blocks from the floor of the igloo, so it will be below ground level. And we're building the walls from the inside.
Number two.
So, that's it. And it's very strong, you see? Well, take a chance here. Here we go. Yes, I can climb on the top of it. No problem. No problem. And it's very strong.
Is it this
So,
image?
it took just over an hour to build, and that's not bad for a place to live.
Good. Number three.
So, now, we've just got one block to put on the top.
Yes, I've said
So,
it. Yes.
I'm going to push it up through here, and then let it fall into position. There. Ah, there. There. And now, we're going to make the entrance tunnel.
Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so none of the three describe this one. Let's see number four.
Now, I've marked out a circle for the igloo, and I'm cutting blocks from the entrance tunnel first. So this will go down below ground level.
So there is a keyword Abdeslam mentioned. It's tracing a circle. Circle. Good. Let's listen to it again.
Now, I've marked out a circle for the igloo, and I'm cutting blocks from the entrance tunnel first. So this will go down below ground level.
What do you think? We will check this. Let me use this, but we will check it.
Now we'll cut a small hole for a chimney, and meanwhile, John is packing snow over the outside just to make it all nice and strong and close up any gaps so the wind doesn't get through.
Listen carefully, Usama, to this one.
Now, we're building the blocks round and round in a spiral. They're very firm, and there's no chance of them falling in.
Okay, and this one too.
Well, we found some nice, firm, deep snow here, and it looks like a really good place to build an igloo. So, we'll get started. So, first of all, we're going to mark out a shape for the tunnel and for the igloo itself.
What do you think? Is it number 4 or number 7? Let's listen to both.
Now, I've marked out a circle for the igloo, and I'm cutting blocks from the entrance tunnel first.
Is he cutting something?
So this will go down below ground level.
Okay. Here he is digging. You know digging? كحفرة. Yes, very good, Bella. Of course, in the picture, he's not digging. Okay. He's rather... Let me remove this. What is he doing?
Well, we found some nice, firm, deep snow here, and it looks like a really good place to build an igloo. So we'll get started. So, first of all, we're going to mark out a shape for the tunnel and for the igloo itself.
Nice. Now let's move to this picture. Which number is it?
Now we're cutting blocks from the floor of the igloo, so it will be below ground level. And we're building the walls from the inside.
Is it 2?
So, that's it. And it's very strong, you see? Well, take a chance here. Here we go. Yes, I can climb on the top of it. No problem. No problem. And it's very strong. So, it took just over an hour to build, and that's not bad for a place to live.
Is it 3?
So, now, we've just got one block to put on the top, so I'm going to push it up through here, and then let it fall into position. There. There. And now, we're going to make the entrance tunnel.
So you say 4. Yes, it's 4.
Now, I've marked out a circle for the igloo, and I'm cutting blocks from the entrance tunnel first. So this will go down below ground level.
Good. What about this one? Let's listen to 5.
Now we'll cut a small hole for a chimney, and meanwhile, John is packing snow over the outside just to make it all nice and strong and close up any gaps so the wind doesn't get through. Now, we're building the blocks round and round in a spiral. They're very firm, and there's no chance of them falling in.
You know spiral? It's like a circular way, but you move up. You move upwards. It's a circular way and you move upwards. This is a spiral. I guess this is the right answer.
Now we'll cut a small hole for a chimney, and meanwhile, John is packing snow. Now we're building the blocks round and round in a spiral. They're very firm, and there's no chance of them falling in.
They are very firm, which means they are very strong. You would say, for example, an ice block, will melt, but in fact they are very strong. They are very firm. This is what he said.
Now, we're building the blocks round and round in a spiral. They're very firm, and there's no chance of them falling in.
Very firm. Let me write it in the live chat. Alright. Good. Now let's move on. With the next picture, which image is it? I mean, which audio track is it?
Now we're cutting blocks from the floor of the igloo, so it will be below ground level. And we're building the walls from the inside.
Is it number 1?
So, that's it. And it's very strong, you see? Well, take a chance here. Here we go. Yes, I can climb on the top of it. No problem. No problem. And it's very strong.
I don't think it's number 2.
So, it took just over an hour to build, and that's not bad for a place to live.
Yes, it's a spiral. That's spiral. Okay. Let's see this.
Over the outside, just to make it all nice and strong and close up any gaps so the wind doesn't get through.
Is it number 1?
Now we're cutting blocks from the floor of the igloo, so it will be below ground level. And we're building the walls from the inside.
So what do you think? So what's left? We have this also.
So, now, we've just got one block to put on the top, so I'm going
I think
to
it's number 1.
push it. Now we're cutting blocks from the floor of the igloo,
it's
so
not
it
number
will
1.
be below ground level. And we're building the walls from the inside. So, that's it. And it's very strong, you see? Well, take a chance here.
It's not number
Up
2
through here,
anyway.
and then let it fall into position. There. Ah, there. Good. And now, we're going to make the entrance tunnel.
What do you think this picture tells?
Now we'll cut a small hole for a chimney, and meanwhile, John is packing snow over the outside just to make it all nice and strong and close up any gaps so the wind doesn't get through.
Okay, did you listen to this? Which picture does it describe? We talk about the chimney. Is it this one or this one? It's this one, okay?
Now we'll cut a small hole for a chimney, and meanwhile, John is packing snow over the outside just to make it all nice and strong and close up any gaps so the wind doesn't get through.
Nice. Now, we still have 3 pictures here, okay? And 3 audios. Let's listen to the audios and check the pictures.
Now we're cutting blocks from the floor of the igloo, so it will be below ground level. And we're building the walls from the inside.
From the inside. This is it, from the inside. Okay, whereas this one?
Now, we're building the blocks round and round in a spiral. They're very firm, and there's no chance of them falling in.
Good.
Here we go. Yes, I can climb on the top of it. No problem. No problem, and it's
Climb
very strong.
on the top of it. To jump.
So,
if you like.
it took just over an hour to build, and that's not bad for a place to live.
Good.
So, now, we've just got one block to put on the top, so I'm going to push it up through here, and then let it fall into position. There.
One last block
Ah, there.
over the tunnel.
And now,
One
we're going to make the entrance tunnel.
Yes, one last block over the entrance tunnel. Okay, this is what he said. Good. Alright. I need you to do some listening and choose the correct answers. The listening is about Spanish family. So we have his mother was born just before the war, la guerre. His mother was born just after the war. So is it before or after the war? She had a traditional view of her place in the home. She had a modern view of her place in the home. She did all the housework herself. She taught her children to help her. When he left home, he was able to look after himself. I mean the boy. When he left home, he was unable to look after himself. Able, unable. Able هي قادر, unable غير قادر. Capable n'est pas capable. Look after يعني يعتني بنفسه. Okay. Good. So time to listen and let's choose the correct answers.
I used to live with my mother and my sister. And my mother was born just after the war. She belonged to this generation who were brought up thinking that it was the women's responsibility to take the chores in the house and to do the general cleaning, the tidying up, the washing up, the shopping. And if you ask me, I think that was precisely her weak point in our education, because she didn't give us enough responsibilities so that we could start doing things on our own, like keeping the house tidy and cooking. I mean, we couldn't cook at all. I felt lost once I started living on my own.
So let's do second listening, and you choose 1, A or B, 2, A or B, 3, A or B, 4, A or B. Okay? Let's do it this way.
I used to live with my mother and my sister. And my mother was born just after the war. She belonged to this generation who were brought up thinking that it was the women's responsibility to take the chores in the house and to do the general cleaning, the tidying up, the washing up, the shopping.
Good, Usama.
And if you ask me, I think that was precisely her weak point in our education, because she didn't give us enough responsibilities so that we could start doing things on our own, like keeping the house tidy and cooking. I mean, we couldn't cook at all.
Good, Bella.
I felt lost once I started living on my own.
Good, it's easy, isn't it? So number 1 is A. Sorry, it's B, sorry. She was born after the war. Good. So 1 is B. 2. Okay, Bella. 1 is B, 2 is A, 3 is A, and 4 is B. Right? Good answers, yes. Excellent. She did all the housework alone. Why? Because during her generation was brought up that woman is responsible for the house work. Okay? She did everything herself. What's the result? This person was unable to look after himself. Okay? So number 4 is B. Good. When he left home, he was unable to look after himself. Right. Still the topic of Spanish family. So you listen and fill in the blanks. Play with the children, read the children's stories, change babies' nappies, les couches. Do the housework, earn the money. Okay, earn, to get. Manage the money for the home. So, we choose men, women, or both, ولا les deux. شكون اللي كيدير هادشي؟ Men, women, or both. Any questions before we begin? Okay. So in the conversation, you are going to hear these words.
Professional. Responsibility. Bring up. Tail. Nappy. Take care of. Manage. Household. Equally. Share.
Any questions before we begin? You know, tale is a story. And Nabi, I told you, لكوش الحفاضة. Okay. So any other questions before? No questions. Good. Okay, let's do it.
On the other hand, I have two brothers. They're both married professionals, and though the men work outside home, they also feel that.
Sorry to interrupt. The person who is speaking is the same person who was speaking. Okay. So after he left home, because of his mother, her traditional way of seeing life, he was unable to take care of himself. So what happens next? Listen.
Two brothers, they're both married professionals, and though the men work outside home, they also feel that they have the responsibility to take part in the bringing up of their children, and they play with them, they sort of read tales to them, and even when they were babies, they even change their nappies. But still, their wives are the ones who are mostly at home, and they take care of the children, and well, they do the shopping, they do the tidying up, the washing up, the hoovering, and they even manage the money, the economy of the household. But I think that once the children grow older, things will be more equally shared in the house.
Of course, household is a family. Now, who play with the children? Men, both, or women? So you just put number one, W, M, or B. W stands for women, M for men, and B for both. So listen again and try to answer on the live chat. You have from 1 to 6.
On the other hand, I have two brothers. They're both married professionals, and though the men work outside home, they also feel that they have the responsibility to take part in the bringing up of their children, and they play with them, they sort of read tales to them, and even when they were babies, they even change their nappies. But still, their wives are the ones who are mostly at home, and they take care of the children. Well, they do the shopping, they do the tidying up, the washing up, the hoovering, and they even manage the money, the economy of the household. But I think that once the children grow older, things will be more equally shared in the house.
Okay, so Bella says number one is both. Play with the children. Good. Read the children's stories. Both. Yes. Bella is a good listener. Number 3. Bahi, you are right. Number 1 is both. Also Usama, right? Good. So number 3, what do you think? Change the baby's nappies. You say both. Good. Do the housework. Women. Bella says women. Women, you're right. Earn the money. Women? Bella, are you sure? It's not women, according to the listening. Men. They go to work. What about the last one? You say women? Yes, very good. Women manage the money for the home. They manage the money for the home. Okay? They do the finance. Women do the finance. Let's move on. Yes, Huda, you have both women. Good. Usama, number 3, both. Exact. Bahiya, number 3, both. Very good. Excellent. Sometimes I don't receive your answers on time, but anyway, I keep in my eyes on your live chat. Good. 5 both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, Huda, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Men, only men earn the money according to their listening.
On the other hand, I have
Earn ya
two
gagner.
brothers. They're both married professionals, and
Avoir de
though the
l'argent.
men work outside home, they also feel that they have the responsibility to take part in the bringing up of their children, and they play with them. They sort of read tales to them, and even when they were babies, they even change their nappies. But still, their wives are the ones who are mostly at home, and they take care of the children. And well, they do the shopping, they do the tidying up, the washing up, the hoovering, and they even manage the money, the economy of the household. But I think that once the children grow older, things will be more equally shared in the house.
Good. So women do the tidy up and the washing up. Tidy up هو الجميع والتخمام and washing up تصبين. Okay. Alright, so let's move to number 2. Match the sentences with phrasal verbs. Now we will focus on grammar. You know grammar? Do you like grammar? You're welcome. You're welcome, Bella. Phrasal verbs are verbs which consist of a verb and a preposition, like get up, switch on, switch off, speak up, etc. Tidy up, okay, wash up, clean away, put away, tidy up. All right, use up something. Okay, so we have a list of phrasal verbs here. Phrasal verbs have 2 parts, as I told you. Normal verbs and phrasal verbs you can see here. So this is easy, no need to waste time on this. Good, now we have raise his hand, be careful, visit, has a view of, try to find the meaning of. Okay? Alright, look out, the path's very slippery. I'll have to look that word up in my dictionary. Okay, is try to find or find the meaning. Okay, so what's the phrasal verb here? Look up. Look that word up. Of course, phrasal verbs, they can be we have 2 kinds of phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs where the object is in the middle, or object is in the end, or both. كيتسموا separable and separable. مثلا switch off is separable. نقولوا switch off the lights, switch off the lights تفضوا, or switch the light off, switch the light off. Clear? Okay, so follow with me here. I have a note to show you. Good. So we have separable phrasal verbs. Do we have inseparable phrasal verbs? Oh, sorry. Right. Is it clear now? Good. What is the notes? One moment. Let me explain. Phrasal verbs, they are very important. You need to have a baggage of phrasal verbs. Un bagage de phrasal verbs. Because they are one of the things they ask you in examinations. So as I said, separable, like switch off. We can say switch off the lights. Okay, or switch the lights off. This is separable. Another example. Take off your jacket, it's hot, or take your jackets off. So this is what? This is example of separable phrasal verbs. Okay? But look after. يتعتني ولا ترد البال. Clear. Look after children. We can't say look children after. No, this is a mistake. Good. علاش شرحت لكم هذا باش نفهموا هاد الجمل اللي عندنا هنايا. هذه هي الإيديا اللي كانت عندي. For example here, I'll have to look. I'll have زعما I should, I must. من الواجب علي. To look that word up. The object is that word. تلك الكلمة. Ce mot. So look up a word means to find the meaning of. تقلب المعنى ديالو. Now, what about the others? Look out. The path's very slippery. Look out. What do you mean by look out? تختاروا من هنا. His room looks out on a busy main road. His room looks out through the window. À travers la fenêtre. I'll look you up if I come to London. Look you up. Look up. شو معنى look up هنا؟ ماشي هي look up الفوقانية. Good. I said hello but he didn't even look up. يعني هاد phrasal verb عنده معاني بزاف. Look up. They are looking for a flat in the town center. They are looking for a flat in the town center. I give you 3 minutes, guys, and try to give me answers. Let's go. Okay, already have answers. Great. So, number 1, be careful. Look out, the path's very slippery. Be careful. Right, very good. Look out. Watch out. Add this to your dictionary, Fatiha, to your vocabulary list. Watch out. Look out. Okay? Pay attention. Be careful. What did you say about 3? I have a view of. Good, Usama. His room looks out or has a view of. Alright? I'll look you up if I come to London. To London, so I'll visit you. Good. What else do we have? 5, raise his head. I said hello, but he didn't even look up. Yes, raise his head. Good. They are looking for a flat in the town center. They are looking for, searching for. So you have 100% correct answers. Very good. I'm proud of you. Let's move on. We need to finish this lesson because you are having accelerated course. Now fill in the table here. Which one is correct? Which one is incorrect? Look, to join 2 parts of a sentence, this is composition if you like. This is writing. We can use linking word. What is linking word? And, but, or. For example, and. I love bananas and apples. I'm using and. I love football, but I don't play it. At the weekends, I either stay at home or go to the stadium. Right? So these are linking words. Okay? Also, we join parts of sentence with a comma, virgule, plus a linking word. Okay? For example, I learn English online, comma, so I'm good at it. I am excellent at it. The same thing with the but, because, etc. We have semicolon. You know semicolon? Point virgule. To join parts of a sentence without using a linking word. غالبا we use linking words to give examples نعطوا أمثلة or to explain. Clear? We use a dash in informal writing. كتابة اللي هي informal, like a message, informal letter, such as a letter to a friend. We have a colon to introduce a list, and une liste كدير colon 2 points. For example, I love to practice the following sports, or the following physical activities. colon أقول الأسماء ديالهم. على الأقل قلتوا الأسماء ديالهم يكون أفضل باش من بعد الاستعمال ديالو يكون adequate, يكون correct, appropriate. We use a colon, okay, after physical activities. So I repeat, I practice the following physical activities, colon, football, tennis, and basketball, for example. Okay? So why do we need this? For this exercise, you choose correct or incorrect. For example, look here. There are software. Good. You read and you tell me if it is correct or incorrect. Okay? There are 2 things I love. شوفوا الجملة صحيحة ولا لا. And you tell me if it is correct or incorrect. There are, we make it very big. I classify, then we correct together. Is this clear? There are 2 things I love: cheeseburgers and vanilla ice cream. What do you think? Is it correct or incorrect sentence? The answer is it's correct, because we have full stop, but we have a semicolon, then we have a and. Okay. Now next one. I went to see him that evening. It was the last time I saw him alive. Is this a correct or incorrect sentence? واش الجملة بجوج يعني مجموعين d'une façon correct in English? The first one was correct. The second one, I went to see him that evening. It was the last time I saw him alive. Here we talk about semicolon. Semicolon. To join part of sentence without using a linking word. Is this correct? You say correct. Yes, you are right. There are 2 things I love: cheeseburgers and vanilla ice cream. It's incorrect because we should have semicolon or colon. We should have a colon. Une liste. Okay. Okay, let's continue. I'm learning French. I can't speak it well. Very good, Bella. Colon to make a list. Excellent. What about this one? I'm learning French. I can't speak it well. Is this correct? Does it miss a linking word? Of course it does. It misses because. I'm learning French because I can't speak it very well. Let's put it here. Good. Now, people here are really friendly. They are always smiling and laughing. What do you think of this? Any idea? People are really... 2 is incorrect. Very good. What about this one? People are really friendly. They are always... You think it's correct? It's incorrect. We need because. Because they are smiling and friendly. I'm learning French, but I can't speak it very well. Remember, we put this here. Okay. Now I went to see him that evening. It was the last time I saw him alive. We don't need a comma here. Semicolon. Why? What is a semicolon? Semicolon is used in the place of linking words, but here we don't have linking words. We either use a semicolon or we need to use a linking word. For example, I went to see him that evening and it was the last time I saw him alive. And it was. People here are really friendly. They are always smiling and what do we call this? It's a dash. But in unfriendly writing, une forme informelle, un contexte informel, like you are sending to your friend. Okay, like a letter to a friend. Good. So this one is correct. I was under 18. I couldn't get into the film. This one is incorrect. We need a linking word. Which linking word? It's so. So this sentence is correct. It's so. So this sentence is correct. Okay. That's it. Let's make a difference between incorrect and correct sentences. Here we, instead of using a comma, we should use a colon, sorry. Why? Because a colon is used to introduce a list. Okay, there are two things I love: cheeseburgers and ice cream. We need a colon. You can use semicolon, but usually a colon is the best. I want to see him here. Instead of this, we need a semicolon because we don't have a linking word. Here also we need a linking word, not a comma. Same thing here, we need so. And finally here we need to use dash. Good. Excellent, Bella. Good, let's carry on. We have two activities left. Now, joining sentences. بتكون جمع الجمل. This is grammar and writing. So we are going step by step until we become proficient in writing. Sorry. Okay, complete the sentences with linking words and punctuation or punctuation. Okay, Canada has two official languages, French and English. For example, here, what can we use? One can use this one.
Canada has two official languages, French and English.
Good. So take some time to do the rest. You have four sentences, sorry. Choose which punctuation to use or which linking words. Sometimes you can use both. Okay? Let's do it and take 4 minutes. Okay, guys, shall we correct? What did you do in number 2? I couldn't call you, I didn't have your phone number. How can you link the two sentences? I couldn't call you, I didn't have your phone number. And what about third sentence? The hotel room she liked wasn't occupied. We took it. We took it. So we have this sentence and this one. This is one sentence. What about the fourth one? I wish you were here. I'm sure you'd really like it. This is another sentence. It's number 2. And what about the fifth one? It was great first. It was great. First we went to Peru, then to Brazil. It was great. Mostly talking about a holiday or vacation. So any answers? Let's do it. What do you think? Would you agree? Yes.
I couldn't call you because I didn't have your phone number.
Again.
I couldn't call you because I didn't have your phone number.
Nice. What about the next one? The hotel room she liked wasn't occupied. You can use this one. The best one is so we took it.
The hotel room she liked wasn't occupied, so we took it.
Next one. You can use because if you like. Or dash.
Oh, I wish you were here. I'm sure you'd really like it.
And last one. It was great. First we went to Peru, then to Brazil. You can use this one. It's here. Or colon. normally it should be like this. Semicolon first. Okay, because it don't have capital letter, you can't add a semicolon. You can't add a full stop here. Okay. Okay. Let's call it a day. I give you 5 minutes. Then we meet on WhatsApp if you like. Okay, to do some practice. I'm going to give you some exercises to do. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed discussion about what's happened around the house, including appliances, features of the rooms, and people's behavior. Alright, so let's take 5 minutes, then we continue on WhatsApp. Don't forget, if you didn't have the chance to subscribe, you do so. Activate the bell to receive every single updates, every single upload, any live notifications. Okay, if you like the lesson, don't forget to hit the likes. This will give advantages to our YouTube channel to be known at the international level. Thank you very much, and see you in 5 minutes. Don't go away.
Thank you.